Hi guys, today we're going to react to Alive by Gacharic Spin. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request by ArtTunes. Thank you, ArtTunes, for yet another Gacharic Spin request.
Yep, thanks again for the support, ArtTunes. Much appreciated.
First time I've reacted to something that 𝑤𝑚𝑡ℎ led in that voice. I've never listened to 𝑤𝑚𝑡ℎ sing in that particular frequency and that mellow frequency. It's a ballad and it's beautiful.
Well, this is only the second ballad that we've heard from Gacharic Spin. And this is obviously not a full lineup, or maybe it was at the time. We have Koga and 𝑤𝑚𝑡ℎ and Hannah and Tomozo. Sort of a semi-acoustic performance. And I was going to say something about 𝑤𝑚𝑡�h's voice. Not so much that I've never heard her sing in this voice, but that this is the best I've heard her sing. This is the best she sounded in anything that we've heard her take on kind of lead vocals. And obviously it's because it's more contained, slower, and you can hear how good her voice is. Most of the time when we've heard her, it's been in like a high energy performance where she's running around on stage, jumping around, doing this, that, the other, and the voice was sort of going in and out, and it was hard to gauge. But this is really nice because we can actually hear what she actually sounds like, which is very good.
I meant it as to say not the signature of her voice. I can recognize it's her voice and then she's the one singing, of course. I meant it to say because the rhythm is different, because it's a different type of song. It's beautiful listening to this side of her.
It's a much better showcase for her voice. Definitely. But yeah, and again, this is like second ballad and the second time that we see her not going completely crazy. So that's kind of cool, you know, seeing her contained. She's obviously got many speeds. I'm not sure if this was the full lineup at the time or not, but this is from 10 years ago. This is from 2013. So yeah, it's kind of a cool look back, you know, at what they looked like and how they were. And, you know, they haven't changed all that much, but there's still a slight deviation in appearance, if you know what I mean. Even the way they dress, the hair color, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, pretty cool.
Reacting to another Gacharic Spin ballad, especially after having recently reacted to Lonely Mart, kind of makes me curious about their ballads. It's a different experience that I'm getting from them. And apparently it's been around for quite a few years.
I would assume that there are many ballads on their albums. I think actually ArtTunes mentioned this, I think in the notes, that a lot of the Gacharic Spin reactions we did were requests from ArtTunes, and he said that he kind of maybe neglected to include ballads so far, so he's kind of making up for it with this one. But yeah, they must have many. It's just that we've only known them as this, you know, massively high energy performers and you know, and all these songs. So it's a refreshing change for us.
Yes, bring on the ballads.
And also the version of Lonely Mart that we did listen to was of an incomplete lineup with only two of them.
Yeah.
It was only 𝑤𝑎𝑟𝑒, Rihanna, and 𝑖𝑛𝑔 on vocals, and Rihanna on the piano. So that was really cool and most likely different to the original version. There are many sides to Gacharic Spin, obviously.
Yeah. The more I listened to the song, the more I realized that if it hadn't been for 𝑤𝑎𝑟𝑒's voice, I don't know if I'd recognize this is a Gacharic Spin song. It's a whole new side of them from where I'm standing, because we only reacted to high energy songs of theirs.
Because she's also using her voice differently in this one, I don't think I would have recognized this as a Gacharic Spin song if I would have heard it without seeing them. Again, because we haven't heard any ballads from them. And I mean, we heard one, but the one we heard was 𝑖𝑛𝑔 singing. So I probably would not have picked it. There's something else here, you know, as the song went on, they were harmonizing a fair bit as well, which sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, really, really cool.
Yeah.
I like this.
And also a first time, I think, for both of us to listen to so much pain coming out of 𝑤𝑎𝑟𝑒. We're not familiar with her like that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And there's a reason. And yeah, it's a very sort of somber performance. But yeah, we'll talk about that after the song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Don't forget to throw a dream. りがとう。
Bravo.
Just first off, I want to say, yeah, you were right. Actually, I was closing my eyes there for moments just to kind of hear it, and yeah, I probably would have picked that it's Gacharic Spin. It would have kind of thrown me off, but they would have been in my probably top 3 guesses for who's singing this song. It was also 𝑤𝑚𝑡ℎ voice, but also when Hannah joined her, there was something about that we've heard before in some of their songs that is recognizable.
Yep.
But very cool, very dark. I like the slightly more intense or urgent kind of ending to the song. That was very good.
Yep. Listening to the whole last section of the song, it kind of makes me curious about what it would sound like if it had epic orchestral accompaniment. It would have been mind-blowing, although this version is magnificent as well, of course, but just the sheer strength of the song itself.
The subject matter,
yeah,
I think requires intimacy. So I think that's probably why you know, they did this acoustic and you know, not with a big band or with a big show. It was more about the message. When
I first read the lyrics and afterwards we talked about it, I couldn't make out what it's exactly about, because it sounded like at first it sounded like a breakup song, and then we realized that it's a song about loss. Somebody passed away. And then when we read the YouTube description, we realized that it has to do with the song has to do with the Tohoku earthquake disaster from 2011 that caused the lives of many people in Japan. So now it connects.
The lyrics made a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And there's not really terribly like much to decipher, you know, because it's just it's a song that talks about all the loss and all these people and whose lives were cut short. It's a tribute.
Yeah, it is. It was such a monumental disaster in Japan that I think the world was affected by it.
And obviously the girls, the band, they were affected by it, and you can see it, and you can hear it, and and I think it's really cool that they wrote this song as tribute, you know, to all the people whose lives were lost, and all the ones who are still alive who were affected by that loss. So.
Yeah. Well, it's a beautiful song from this amazing band, and I hope we get to react to more songs like that. Of course, circumstances for bringing this song to light are kind of unfortunate, but yeah. And thank you, 𝑤𝑚𝑡ℎ, for this request. We enjoyed reacting to it very much. Keep them coming. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified on all our future videos. If you have a request you'd like bumped up the line, please make it through Buy Me a Coffee. All contributions are, of course, very much appreciated. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time. We listen to many bands that have a fast pace, but something about, well, each band has its own charm, of course, but something about and their distinctive signature that just brings me back to when we first reacted to it. I think it happened with those two bands, where I just discovered about myself how much I don't know about music that's coming from Japan.
Thank you all for the support, especially 𝑤𝑚𝑡ℎ with this request. We really appreciate it. Again, thanking you for everything you do for us, guys. Without you, there would be no show. We will see you again in a couple of days with a new one. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.